Yeah, good evening. I'm your host, Don Armando, and this is Open Topics with Don Armando, the Martial Arts Edition. What up, Scully Ton? So, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do you a favor, bro. Since you just song popped up. How's everything, Dee Dee? That's great. So I'm just giving you like a synopsis, like every Wednesday and maybe some on a Thursday and such. Me and my co-host, Senpai or Renshi P, we actually talk about the martial arts every Wednesday. Whether we might have a special guest or maybe not, but what I'm trying to do is to make this like the first friendly martial arts safe um, podcast or show whatsoever. And so far, I have spoken to a jiu-jitsu master, two kung fu experts, two one karate expert and taekwondo expert, and I've spoken to a fifth dan taekwondo master as well. So, as you know, that's what we do right here. We interview a lot of masters to get their perspectives on how they train their arts and such. So it's very interesting. I mean, I try to invite as many martial art experts as I can, so they could actually talk about how they learned the martial arts, how it benefited them, health-wise, spiritual-wise, etc. Yeah, we do. I mean, let's keep it honest. You see a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, or quote unquote the world. So we need to get on that ASAP. Let's see what's going on Instagram. All right. Still here. Yo, Didi, what do you think of, the news, the propaganda and everything like that? All I've been hearing on Instagram and Facebook is that we're going to have WW3, which me personally, I don't think is that serious. But then again, I don't know. Anything could happen. Yeah, I think so too. I agree. So, so Didi, have you ever had like, have you ever taken the martial arts? Do you know anybody that have taken the martial arts, or are you new to the martial arts? So, what's your martial arts experience overall? All right, true. Oh, okay. So, regular jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu? All right. I'm not familiar with that term LE. Oh, okay. Got you. I mean, my co-host, he was in the Marines, but before that, he was taking martial arts at the age of 5 years old. Yep. What's up, Pete? Yeah. What's good, bros?
Hey, brother, how you doing? How y'all brothers doing today?
Yeah,
My brother, blessings.
Peace and blessings.
yeah.
Peace and blessings. Yeah, brother. Like I'm glad to see your channel here. Like this is like really my first time really actually coming over and kind of seeing you live. Brother, I think
Yeah.
the thing that you're doing, brother. Like I really think that black men should be more involved in things like this. I mean, because anything physical like martial arts, being physically active and learning how to defend yourself and things like that. Like I think that's really, brother, like that's a great thing. That's really like truly, I hate to say it, but it's manosphere content. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yep.
like actually
Amen.
like true manosphere content. Like it's the original like stuff. You know what I mean? So like brother, I really appreciate it. I just was kind of, just checking in and listening in to what you know what I'm saying, got going on. I think it's a good thing though.
Mm.
So like I just wanted to ask you this. So how long have you been doing, martial arts?
Me
Yeah.
myself or Don.
Oh, both of y'all, like what I'm saying, like it don't matter,
I mean, I took martial arts when I was a kid, but then I didn't really continue it. But the thing is, though, I'm willing to learn from any martial arts, and I've always had like a fascination with the martial arts, also.
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah,
That's what's up right there. And is this Mr. Pete right here, Mr. Pete?
I am Mr. Pete. Yes.
Hey, Mr. Pete, how you doing?
Oh,
Don was telling me about you were, and I don't want to say this wrong, but in the military.
yes, sir.
Much respect. Thank you for your service, sir. Like like
Thank
I
you for
have a
your
lot of
thank you.
respect. Yes, sir.
My martial arts journey at the age of 5, 1987, I stepped into the Sato Karate Dojo that was on 100th Street and Broadway in Manhattan, New York. My uncle, who was also one of my godfathers, was already attending at that school before me. So I started attending with him. Uh, Fast forward about 8 years later, I became a black belt in that system.
Oh, I see. Great, man. What I'm saying, great stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like this is really stuff. And like it's just unfortunate, right? That the other things that black men talk about get all of the attention, but this is really the stuff that they say, oh, black men need to do different kind of content. Well, you do have brothers doing different kind of content, but y'all not interested in it. See what I mean? Like that's really unfortunate. But yeah, you know what? I just wanted to come over and show support and give a shout
oh
out
yeah,
and everything.
thank you.
I'm not sure what all that I can add. Like I was telling Dawn here that in law enforcement, like they train us to do certain, it's like a different form of what they call jujitsu or something like that, where they kind of show you how to take somebody down. They call it like a straight armbar takedown. They got, what I'm saying, certain ways to defend yourself. Like if somebody
I'll
grab
keep it
you,
simple. I'll
yeah,
keep it simple. And
yeah,
and what we call civilian armed forces or civil agents, y'all learn how to do joint manipulation.
yes, that's it. Yep, joint
Um,
manipulation. That's the word I was looking for.
joint
Yep,
manipulation, simple,
yep,
not complicated,
not complicated. Yep,
simple pain compliance.
pain.
Because complicated,
Exactly.
complicated
Yep.
pain compliance is more what SWAT does and military police.
Mm-hmm.
But your
Yep.
average civil servants, they learn joint manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
simple pain compliance,
Mm-hmm.
certain tosses,
Yep.
and certain arm locks, and that's
Yes.
basically you're good to go with that because the
Yes.
average person who hasn't trained in anything, you got them. Period.
Right. Right. So
Which is
that is
which is
exactly.
so. Just
How
to make
can
a
I have
footnote,
said that even? Yeah. I remember those terms: pain compliance,
Yeah.
joint manipulation, just certain defensive move, just the basic stuff. Not anything that's really, we call it DT. They call it defensive tactics. So that's what we calling it now. But that's exactly right, brother. Like, I mean, that is spot on. And I was telling Don, I said, look, they told us in training, look, if you rolling up on a military, like a person from the military, you need to call for backup because you are trained.
It's not going to go well.
Right, it's not going to go well. You are not trained as well as they are. Like, so you can forget it.
Civil servants are trained to subdue. Civil servants are trained to subdue one man. A military agent is trained to subdue 8 in one shot. So personally, especially in my testimony, I'm used to getting jumped. Personally, I'm used to getting teamed on because people understand that fighting one-on-one with me is a lose-to-lose situation. Shout out to the chat. We got Godzilla up in the place. Got Helen. Good morning.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Right.
Yep.
Helen is from the Philippines. It's morning time over there. They tune in before they start going on their streams as well. Much appreciation and support. Thank you. So yeah, brother. What is your main discipline is whatever they taught you in the academy per se?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Don just asked me, are you interested in this, and do you have any type of experience? And that's the only thing that I could think of. That's the only thing I have. I don't have no type of training really outside of that. You know what I mean? But I have an appreciation for it. I definitely have an appreciation. Yeah,
it works well enough. Like I said, with what they give you at the academy, works well against anyone that has no kind of training at all. Period. Period. And then there are people that are gonna know how to punch and kick. Let's say your average street fighter or street brawler, they're gonna know that, but they're not gonna know about the pain compliance. And here they are throwing a wild haymaker. You're doing a simple block, and now you're holding them in pressure points they didn't know, they didn't even know they had.
Yeah, like they showed us this one, right? And like I'm thinking about it, like when somebody like try to grab you on the shoulder, like they take their hand and try to like put their hand on your shoulder, you grab that hand and twist that hand like a certain, like say like you grab it and kind of turn it a certain type of way and have them people on their knees, bro. Like you can have a 250-pound guy on their knees just by doing like that simple move, man. Like it's really. Then they showed us the one. Yeah.
In the old Marine Corps program, it used to be called Line 101. In Line 101, you were taught grab, twist, grab. Or grab, twist, pull, grab. All right. And these moves are exactly that. You're grabbing the hand off your shoulder, you're turning it, you're pulling. You know what I'm saying? And now you're adding your forearm to the back of the elbow. You're driving that person to the ground. They can't go nowhere else but to where you're sending them to.
Yep.
Because if they don't comply with the pain, it's why it's called pain compliance. If they don't comply to the pain, they're going to break everything. They're going to break their elbow. They're going to break their wrist. Fingers are going to break. So it's called pain compliance, and you drag them down to the ground. Grab, twist, pull, grab, pull. Circle with the C, all these other moves, the Z-lock, the chicken wing, the mighty chicken wing. I know every officer knows that one. That chicken wing move, that chicken wing move is so simple but so effective.
Yo, Helen, what type of dog you got?
Every time.
What's happening now?
Yo, Kim 23XOXO on Instagram. Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Yeah, brother. They got a lot of different, things that they, that they were trying to, show the class and stuff like that. They had one where it's like a pressure point, like behind the ear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if somebody like you ask somebody to do something, like so they call it ask, tell, make. First, I'm gonna ask you, then I'm gonna tell you to do it, and then I'm gonna make you to do it. If you don't do it, I'm gonna make you do it.
All pain compliance. That shit reminds me of the Equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm don't quote me on this, but these are what I know. The human head has about 34 pressure points. Don't quote me on that. And anywhere you stick your thumb into these pressure points, or your index finger, your middle finger, or both index and middle finger, it's just they're gonna comply. They don't want their nose ripped off.
Yeah.
We don't want our Adam's apple ripped out. We don't want our ears falling off. So yeah,
Yeah, brother.
it's called tell and do. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you to do something, and if you don't want to do it, I'm gonna make you do it anyway. It's tell and do.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, we call it ATM. We're gonna ask, we're gonna tell, and then we're gonna make. Mm-hmm.
We call it ATM. We're gonna ask, we're gonna tell, and then we're gonna make you do it. That pay compliance is no joke.
It ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. But you know what? But I enjoyed this, brothers. This is a great, a great conversation, a great channel and stuff.
This is what we do, man.
Thank you.
What makes this so great, honestly, is that, like we say in every show, this is not scripted. Like, we don't come to the show with a program ready in our head or on paper. Sometimes we do, but very rare. This is always improv.
Yeah, very rare.
Straight from the mind, straight from the heart. The people that come to the panel, the people that ask questions in the chat, y'all the ones that make this show. Because all we're doing is giving y'all our life experience and teaching y'all what we know. So we're giving with grace forward what was grace given to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask this about that. How do you what would you suggest for, a person that may have like me, that have some experience in it, right? To stay fully abreast in it, other than the annual training that they give, you know what I mean? But they don't sometimes, they may not go into much detail or expound more, you know what I mean? Maybe there's some more things that you could do, but they always got liability issue. They like, okay, if you use a move on somebody and that we didn't train you on and it goes left, are you liable for that? Because you did something that we didn't train you on, right? So I think that in some ways I understand it, but in another way, I think there's other scenarios and things that maybe that they can teach, how to better defend against. Okay, so they were showing us about the knife. If a person comes at you with a knife, right? Certain things that you could do. There was turn your hand, instead of having your hand turn
flat, have it straight.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because they were all of the veins and stuff is on that side, so you don't want to turn it that way.
You don't want that
turn
part
it the
sliced.
other way. Yeah. But it's stuff like that.
They can give as many seminars as they want, but at the end of the day, I hate the big lie of, if you do something, it's susceptible to liability. But what they're teaching you is susceptible to a liability as well. Because if you don't perform the move to a certain extent of strength, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
And if you overstrength it, you're going to really hurt that person, and they can still sue you.
Exactly.
So
that's
it's
why
a liability regardless.
Right. And see, they picked up on that because they were like, okay, these are high liabilities, like the driving. That's high liability. The CPR, the first aid, that's high liability. The firearms, that's high liability. And the DT, that's high liability. So all of those things is stuff that there's a high level of liability on you on. So they try to train you, you know what I mean? They do what they can. But like I said, I think that, maybe they could go into more detail on stuff and give some people a little bit more avenues to do different things, you know what I mean? Like if this doesn't, like if this a move that you're not comfortable with or that you're not good with it, let's train you on a different move, something that you're comfortable with. Because some of those moves are how you trying to move like a robot, and that's not going to work. Like if you trying to like do it exactly and trying to think through it, it's not going to work. It's got to come natural. It's got to be something that you like naturally. Yeah.
If it doesn't flow, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
The person's going to see. The person's going to see that you're trying to grab their gun. You're trying to grab them, and they're going to try to run away from you, so they don't get grappled. It has to flow naturally.
It gotta flow naturally.
I was teaching some people the other day, and I posted a share video of someone doing it. I was teaching somebody about how when you're blocking and parrying, how you can use your elbow as a third arm to trap that person while you're over here doing the rest of the snapping and slapping and pressure striking. You know what I'm saying? Use your armpit as a third arm and grab that person's wrist. You know what I'm saying? Now you have both your hands to keep hitting while you're still grabbing that person by the And people don't look at it that way because it seems animalistic, but that's where Kung Fu comes in. You know, this is why Kung Fu is so fluid, because they did what was animalistic, but it's a human doing it.
Great point, brother. So, you know what I say that you teach this. So, you know what I think if you're interested, and I just want to extend this to you, brother. We have a group of guys over there. I don't know if you know who Obsidian is, but we have a group of guys in the Black Manosphere. A collection of, like a conclave, like a small group of guys that are trying to like uplift black men, trying to teach black men how to get their mind right, how to get their body right. I don't know if you know who Shannon Rawls is, but he does a lot of, that, getting the body right. But brother, I think you would be a great addition. Like, I think you have so many things to offer young black men, and you're welcome to come join us, you know what I mean, and teaching things of that nature. I mean, I will extend it to you. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're interested, just let me know. You know what I mean? Just let me know if you'd like to do something like that, because I think it'd be a great idea,
That sounds great. That sounds great.
That sounds great.
Okay. So where you could go is we have a website, www.blackmanosphere.com. And
all right,
when you go there, you can ask to join. Now, you know what I'm saying? You can only join if you know somebody. So just tell them that you know me, right? And they'll let you in. You know what I mean?
Can you please write the website in the comment so we have it? And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to tell them, I spoke to DDS02D. They're not going to know who that is.
Oh, they know who I am. Like Obsidian knows who, who
if I say DDS02D, he's going to know who I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes. Okay. But I sent it to you. I sent it, like I got it inside of the chat.
Yeah, I see
and there's a place where you could go and join. You know what I mean? And I think that you and Shannon and Obsidian can get something together where you can, like, what I'm saying, teach guys stuff. You know what I mean? Teach young men. But just let them know that I sent you. So that's if you're interested. That's if you're
definitely interested in helping my community, man, and helping my brothers and sisters out. Like, that's just something that calls my nature.
Yeah, brother. Like, I see that you know your stuff, brother. Like, I just talking to you, knowing the terminology, the moves, saying great, background, brother. Like, it fits the Black Manosphere like to a T. You know what I mean? Like, there are military guys over there guys in law enforcement
Oh,
over
nice.
there, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah. So I think it'd be great. It's, you know, so I'm just extending that to you, brother. I think it'd be a great chance, opportunity for guys to learn, you know what I mean, and to, just be better
Yes.
men, you know what I mean, be better men. So
That's it.
Got you.
anyway,
All right. So
all right,
DD,
brother,
DDS, I have a question.
yeah, yeah,
I have a question before you leave.
okay.
What does DDS 02D means?
Oh, that those are my those are the initials to my name, like the first three, like DDS. Like, so my first name is D, middle name is D, last name is S, and the 02
All right.
stands for, yeah, that stands for the year that I first went into college at FSU. So I went in
Cool.
2002. So they kind of
Oh
had
wow.
that set up as our email address back then. That's how they did it. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
hmm But yeah. All right, brothers. You know what? It was good talking with y'all. Good stuff. I
Hey,
will
you're
be,
always welcome here, man.
around. You know what I'm saying? Definitely showing support. And I'll share the
Thank you.
channel too, brother. All right.
Blessings, blessings,
Anytime.
safety.
Peace, peace.
Blessings and safety. Yo, so Pete, how was your weekend? Going, brother.
Man, I don't even think I remember what happened this weekend. This whole week has been hectic and chaotic.
I can understand.
Today alone was crazy. Whew. I have three different
Wow.
kids graduating, step up ceremonies. It's like, sheesh, how do I split myself in three?
Car. No, I'm just joking. A car
Yes,
is the worst situation in New York.
car, man.
Some
I'd rather bike
yeah.
it, bro. Like, I can't respect this car traffic in here in New York. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, shoot, I remember when I used to work like pulling out trucks for pulling out, food carts for all these different hotels, restaurants. There was one day I was actually cool with the Dominicans over there because one of them saw my one of them knew my wife's father side of the family, etc. But other than that, that joint was hectic. I was like, geez, you
It's
seen
wild.
people who that they can't speak English well, cursing each other out and saying cursing themselves out in the broken English. It was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I got cops called on me more times than anything just because I was waiting in the truck. They was like, "You gotta move. I gotta call the cops. I gotta call the cops." I'm like, "Okay, well, ma'am, what you want?" I went up and I told the cops, "I don't know how to drive. So what you want me to do? Break the law?"
Right. Yeah, I bet that kept everything quiet in 2 seconds.
Yeah, like you told me you gotta move. Okay, I don't drive, so you're gonna teach me how to drive. You're gonna move it. I don't know how to drive,
This man is
so
doing some crazy stuff.
yeah. So you're all right.
Shit.
You're all right though.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm
Yeah.
definitely alive and free, and still dealing with my pain here and there, but it's not as bad as before. Like, I'm definitely getting better.
Got
I've been walking
got
around
you.
with
I
a
was like,
cane. I've been walking around with a
all
cane
right,
to have a little better mobility balance when I'm
balance.
walking. Yeah, because I have
All right.
to, I know how much pressure I can put on my leg before I start to feel pain. But then there's also the randomness of when the sciatica just wants to kick in. So with the cane, if
Yeah.
I'm walking and the nerve starts to burn, I still have time
Mm-hmm.
to keep walking and balance myself till I can stop somewhere, or rest the leg for a second or sit down or something. So the cane has been helping me walk a little better. And I've been power walking, where like I'll hold the cane up.
Yeah.
I'm power walking, just power walking, and then I can manage that without the back pain that I used to have, let's say last year, that just walking hurt my back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I could power walk, and I'm telling you, all that is due to me being back in karate. All that is due to me training all over again.
Yep.
Being, just throwing my knees up and down and kicking, even though I feel it later, it still feels good to know that my body can do these things and respond to it as fast as I need it. I say,
Mhm.
because what good is it for you to know a technique, but you're out practiced in it? It's not going to work. It has to flow. If it doesn't flow, it's not going to work.
Right. Mm-mm. So, all right. Let's see. What's on today's topic? Hmm. Well, all right. I'm going to ask a question. I don't know if you can answer this question or you can't answer this question.
Well, let's find out.
All right. Well, you was on your tours and you actually had real life opposition. Uh, did you or anybody ever came to like a hand to hand situation like they
All the
show in the
time.
movies? Or
All the
oh,
time.
okay,
All the time. All the time. This is why the core is trained to do hand to hand in a rough situation environment, because situations can happen. People can jump out of nowhere. You can get ambushed. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the weapon is not as reliable as you're trained to use it. But your mind, being the main weapon of the body, if you can use your mind, it's one mind, one weapon. We go in, we do
right,
what we got to do. There's no hesitation. There's nothing to be scared about. The training is brutal, so that when you see yourself in a situation, you just handle it and take care of it.
all right,
It's not a regular street fight where, because you can't per se delete your opponent, the fight's gonna last 30 seconds to a minute, maybe two. Nah, this is war.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Fight's not lasting more than 10, 15 seconds. It's termination time.
right.
We don't play patty cake with our opposition. You know what I'm saying? If we see you and can get rid of you in 5 seconds, that's what's gonna happen. I got other
Yep,
things. So I mean,
I hear
it's
you.
unfortunate that's the concept of thinking. I'm saying, you
Hmm.
know, for those that don't know what the Marine Corps is about, it's a simple 4-letter word, KILL, which I'm not gonna say a lot. Okay,
I
but
mean, I've
that's the
I've
main
heard
thing.
that from time and time again. So I can't really I can't really go and say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. But it's better that I have you, since you went through the training and everything like that. You better than I could actually explain all that to, I guess, to us civilians.
Our main thing is trill, trill, trill. That's all it is.
Got you.
All right.
Hmm.
We're doing pressure point training. Once we feel the pressure, we yell out trill. Okay. When we
Got you.
go out and when we do a drill training, when we go out to do the training, we scream out trill. Everything is that same word. So that our
All
mind
right.
concept is basically killer robots from outer space that are going to come from the ground, from the tree, and from the water. All right. Land, air, and sea. This is
Mhm.
what we do. Okay. We're
Right.
not, this is why I don't say, I say this humbly. I laugh when I came back home and I had people try to say that they were my ops and that they wanted to fight. And I'd look at them and I'd be like, you want to fight just you by yourself? Really?
Mhm.
That's not really an interesting fight for me, bro. I'm sorry. Not an interesting fight. What you mean, bro? I got hands. You got hands, but I got hands and elbows, and I got kicks, and I got knees. All you got is hands. I got more than hands. You're gonna need more than one person if you want to fight with me. Oh, then I'm gonna just do this and this. I mean, go ahead and try, bro. I mean, I hope you're excited because it's not doing nothing for me. It's not even a warm up. Oh, what you mean? What you mean? I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm being humble about it. You're going to throw the first punch and you're going to land in the ground in the next 2 seconds after that. And it's going to be up to you if you're going to want to fight after that, because I will snap your arm out your shoulder. Wait, chill. I'm like, see, y'all don't think like that. Y'all think about throwing haymakers and knocking people out. I think about disjointing your bones and sending you to the hospital and getting a bill. We're two different people. Because I don't have to break your bones. I'm trained enough to just disjoint them. So when you get to the hospital, they can just joint it right back in. You know what I'm saying? And you're good. As opposed to just breaking your bones and letting you, have some generational beef against me for 20, 30 years. No, I could just disjoint your bones so that when you get to the hospital, they joint it right back up together, but you feel the pain. I'm going to never mess with that dude again. No, you won't.
Yeah.
Like always, man, I want to thank God for the opportunity that he gave me to do what I did and learn what I've learned. And I want to thank God again for the opportunity for opening doors, man, because that was a nice door that was just opened right now. That's the Black Manosphere. Yeah, I've heard about it before. So to be extended that open door all of a sudden just because of the show. You see this? All this happened because of the show.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, it was like me and him. We actually went to like another content creator. Shout out to Miss Elite. So, we were talking about a guy. Yo, all right. I'm going to go around and tell you something, all right? And and to me, I'm equally as pissed off as you'll be triple pissed off.
Maybe I don't want to know.
Nah, it actually pertains
because
to
you know me. So you're like, yo, if I was pissed off, you're gonna be triple pissed off. I say, then maybe you shouldn't tell me. If it's gonna triple piss me off, that's bad. That's bad. No, but go ahead, hit me with the bad news. What's going on here?
There was a guy, right? Which I'm not gonna go name because he's trash. Because this is what he did. I never in my life, I would never try to do this because I think it's a disrespect for my family that have served, and for people that I know that have served in the military, right? So this is a Marine that he was in the Marines, and then when they went up and they checked him on it, there was like he didn't know the right stuff, the right terminology, and everything like that. So therefore, that's to me is a disrespect for all those that that they went up and they paid the price, or they gave the ultimate or military. You get what I'm trying to say? So this guy. It was like one of my throwaway streams.
I know you can't see me because my camera's not
throwaway
on.
Streams.
I know you can't see me because my camera's not on, but I got my hand raised because I want to interject real quick. Because I do have to speak up for the 30% of us in the military that either came back with a certain level of PTSD, that we do have some kind of traumatic brain injury, TBI, other types of things that messes up your memory to an extent where basic things that you learned, you're asked about it and you screw it up. So I don't want to per se defend this person, but I have to speak for the 30% of the brothers that when they come back, They can't recall everything to a T. You know what I'm saying? The military life is not as simple as when you're a civilian that you wake up. Let me wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth, eat breakfast, go to work, and I'm chilling. It's not like that for us. You know what I'm saying? We wake up with our M16 already on our chest because it's real. You know what I'm saying? You're brushing your teeth with a lookout looking out while you're brushing your teeth. And then when you're done, you start to look out so that he could brush his teeth. When we were out there, bro, it wasn't as beautiful as it is right now. You know what I'm saying? We had real bad opposition. These people did not want us in their homeland. All right. To them, we invaded their homeland. And that's exactly what we did, yo. Like, they need to stop lying. That's exactly what we did. We invaded these people's homeland to take their damn oil. Like, why are we lying to America? So this is one of the reasons why they're trying to cancel me.
Exactly.
Because the truth comes out of my mouth. But that's because the truth set me free. And like I always say, disclaimer, my words.
No, but the thing is, though,
disclaimer, my words and opinions are so focused on me and not on this channel. I have my own channel. My channel is called Kings and Priests. You know what I'm saying? Come see me. Saying nothing that I say should reflect on Don. Don has his own word and opinion. I have mine.
Thank you.
All right. You want to come see me? You want to send me a memo? Send me a letter? Whatever. Holla at me. I know how to talk and defend myself. You know what I'm saying? Please, no one come and try and attack Don, because if I find out, I might knock at your door. I'm really that kind of special. Hoorah!
Thank you. Now, as I was saying, right, the guy who actually had the stolen valor, it was actually reported because that man DDS, he actually found out that the guy who is actually participating in the stolen valor is just a guy who actually lives with his mother, in a trailer park. Never did nothing, never did anything. And he also has said several lies saying that he's either Haitian and he married a Mexican Dominican woman, which he has no wife. And he went a lot of people who were of the military, they went up and they checked them on it. It was like there wasn't that. So it found out that this guy never really served in the military, because if he did, you'll have a record. You get what I'm trying to say? Of your service.
So you're basically dealing with someone who is mentally unstable. This person is technically mentally unstable. You know, they think they're in the military because they played Call of Duty for too many years. But people like that, you know how I check people that say they're in the military? I tell them to teach me something basic. Teach me something basic. You know what I'm saying? If it can reflect on anything that I see as a common basic defense, then maybe I'll let them slide. But there's certain knowledges of certain things that you're supposed to know when you're in the military. I listen, I get it. It can slide. A lot of stuff can slide off. A lot of stuff can slip. But when it comes to common flow, things that your body had to do, like anybody in the military that's anybody knows what it is to do a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of sit-ups, a bunch of jumping jacks, a bunch of running, a bunch of this, a bunch of that. They need to be able to vocalize and say, oh, yeah, I know what it is to lift a raft for 20 minutes. Yeah, I know what it is to have a backpack that's 50 pounds heavier than me and run, 2 miles to go get a flag and then run back 5 miles. Yeah, I know what that's like. They need to know what that's like. If they can't explain that, that means they didn't really have any formal training. Everything is just a mental thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. They played Call of Duty so much, that they know all the Call of Duty missions. They know how to speak like Call of Duty. They know all the names of all the models of every ammunition and everything that goes, but they don't know the basic handout, carry out exercises and physical training that goes behind those things. That's how you call out someone with stolen valor, because then they don't know what went down in the background, because they never did it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So, exactly. And with that said, it's like, that was one of the reasons that this guy had that he got found out because of that. So, you know, that's one thing. And then he had the nerve to go and he and his cohort, right? They had the nerve. One of his cohorts went up and had the nerve to talk to say a little smart comment about Don Jose. So I told him,
Right.
"Who the heck are you?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm so and so." I'm like, "Get out my inbox. If you got a beef with Don Jose or anything like that, you take it up with them. Why the heck you gonna go around and tell me of your problems and stuff? I don't have female written around my face. I'm a man. If you
Hey,
if you
yo,
if you got a problem with Don Jose, get the heck out my inbox." And
that's
I
it.
cursed him out, and that's it.
That's it.
I was like, sorry God that I had to do it, but I'm like, yo, if you're gonna go and hit me up just because you have a problem and you know that I'm friends, like you're not even talking in the part that, oh, like, yeah, I want to settle this or whatsoever. Nah, you want to come up and say, oh, I'm in your inbox. I don't care. If I have somebody, if I have a direct problem with somebody, I'm gonna say it to you. That's it. That's how real men's supposed to do.
That's it.
So and then the guy, the one that I was telling you about, stolen valor, he was um he was trying to say something smart about Jose. I went up and I blocked him because I'm like, I'm trying to have a good show and everything. I don't want to hear about your problems, bro. And nine
That's
times
it.
out of 10, the problems that you have with Don Jose, you created them. That's 90% of the time. So,
That is wild. That is wild.
yeah. But in other news, I'm good. I could actually say that.
Cool, cool, cool. What is going on with this page?
So I could imagine.
All right, do that. So I via my cousin, we
Mm.
decided to my cousin's helping me with the ministry basically from jail.
All right.
And he wants me to start sending out
Right.
newsletters. So that's what I started to do. Sent out my first newsletter last week to Georgia prison, one of the prisons out there. Uh,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna start. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah.
So I already did the first one, and then obviously
Hmm.
I made a copy, posted it on the YouTube, posted it on Facebook, posted it in the WhatsApp, and
Right.
everything is nice, man. I really
Yep.
now check how this works. How is it that it's only been a month or less that I opened up my channel, okay, and I haven't really gone viral
Yeah.
or whatever. I haven't really even gone live yet. How is it that
Right.
I'm already feeling opposition to my channel? I'm already feeling opposition towards my person. That must mean I'm doing something right.
Yeah, you
That's
are.
what I, that's what I've
I
learned
mean,
from the
shoot.
Lord. That must mean I'm doing. I'm taking something off.
So what
Like
type of opposition?
I'm not
So what
gonna.
type of opposition have you faced, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm not gonna give those entities the time of day.
Details, got you.
You know what I'm saying? To even let them think that they got me moving left or right or any other way. So I'm just gonna simply say, hey, thanks for the push, thanks for the pressure, because all you're doing is refining the gold. You're not cracking me. I'm not made of clay.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
it's
you.
like concrete. All right.
I'm gonna show you in through WhatsApp the envelopes that I'm gonna be sending out these newsletters in.
All right.
They're amazing, bro. Like they're amazing. Just God gives you a little bit of inspiration and you follow up and do, and everything just works out the
Mm-hmm.
way it should.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So let me get the give me 1 second. Let me see something here.
All right.
Yeah, this is the normal time to wake up. Nurse lady, but she hasn't really slept. So I'm telling them to give her like another 10, 15 minutes so that she could have a little bit of sun battery.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah, so that's that. And where is.
All right.
That's crazy. Like, I just opened up WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
on my phone, on the new phone, and a whole
Right.
day or two of conversation from
Mm-hmm.
the old phone. I can't find it.
Wow. Instagram's brother Chico did it.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
Then if I try to log on through the old phone, it's not going to be there either because that's how life is. Yo, this is funny. Esto da risa.
Mm.
Let me see
Tuxedo
something.
Cat, she's lurking around.
Tuxedo Cat.
Yeah, I guess she's mad at me because, I know she's mad because she had to take a bath. So you know how it is.
So I just opened up a brand new WhatsApp. I'm gonna say it out live.
Right.
Hashtag what's up? Kings and Priests Revelations 510. No double dots between the 510, just basically 510.
Mm-hmm.
As we speak, I'm doing it, like literally right now.
Got you.
All right, so this has, it seems to have all my old stuff here. Did it just, let me see something. Well, that's pretty cool.
Well,
That's pretty
what
cool. All
happened?
right, I'm about to send you. I'm about to send you something, and then you tell me if you received it
All right.
from my
All
regular
right.
WhatsApp or if you received it from my new WhatsApp. Because apparently I have
All right.
everything here, like repeated regular.
All right.
Let me see. I gotta make sure that that's you. Because I know more. I got in my contacts. I got more than one Rafa Roble, so I got to make sure that it's the right one. Yeah, that's why the Rafa is
Yeah.
a code, so that I know that it's you.
Got you.
They don't know that. That's an
I have
inside
some.
joke. Yeah, that's an inside
Got you.
joke from me to you and San Pedro. You know what I'm saying? Eh,
Yep.
el hermano Rafagazo. You know what I'm saying? No one knows that. That's just us. So I put your Rafa Roble.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, but who's that? You don't
Mm-hmm.
gotta know who that is. You don't gotta know no first names or nothing. It's Rafa, and that's it. Leave it at Rafa, and
Yep.
that's it. All right. So tell me if you received that via my regular WhatsApp or if you received that via a different WhatsApp.
Yeah, different WhatsApp.
Ah, so now I have two WhatsApps, but the new one has all the information of my old one,
Yeah.
even the information that I lost from 2 days ago. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out real quick. Um, those are gonna be the newsletters per
Yeah, I seen
se,
that.
all right? But that's the envelope. That's the front, and then the other side is the back, and has made us to our
Mm.
God, kings and priests. You know, obviously the address in the middle
Yep.
is gonna change because I'm gonna have sticker labels for people that, or once again, you know, for people that want to support my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have, you know, whatever Cash App address available for donations, and then I'm gonna have a link to a Google document where in private you can set your either email or your physical address, and you will be receiving a newsletter either weekly and or monthly. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you donate to the cause. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. You know, obviously printing stuff, you know, costs money because it's material. But if I could make these materials myself, I'd
Yes.
send them out for free. You know what I'm saying? Because the word of God is for free and it's
Mm-hmm.
for your freedom. Period.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? It says Kings and Priests and it has the logo on it. And then when you flip it around, It has the top of the picture of the welcome picture, the welcome page picture. And on the bottom of the envelope, it says youtube.com / at Kings and Priests Revelations 510 or 510 as we know it.
Right.
It's pretty much it, man. Cool things, man. Cool things.
Yep. Exactly. Yo, so how's Tuxedo Dog?
Tuxedo Dog, she's been she's been bad for the past 2 days. So she's tied up in the hallway. She's just chilling there.
How bad? I'm
Um,
just saying, what you constitute as bad from her?
Not very bad, but as a pet owner, any animal that
All
runs
right.
into any animal that goes running scavenge into a garbage when they have a full bowl of
Mm,
food right next to them, that to me is bad. There's many
right.
health risks. There's many health risks that can come from the animal going to the garbage. They're rubbing their nose in chemicals that they're not supposed to. A cockroach going up their
Got
ear.
you.
Stuff like this. I think about the worst
Yeah.
because I want to, but because it's
All right.
Murphy's law. It's Murphy's law. Whatever bad that is going to
Right.
happen could happen.
Right.
So I think about those things,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to be ahead of the game with that. So I've applauded her in the past, where
Got you.
before she used to eat up all the toilet paper. She doesn't do that anymore. Before she would see
Oh.
a roll of paper towels
Mm.
and she'd go ham because she thought it was a bone, and come to realize it was only paper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If the garbage bag is closed, like if we have a garbage bag and we tie it in a knot, she won't scavenge through it. She
Mm-hmm.
won't tear it up or nothing.
Yeah.
Like she's mature enough to understand that that's wrong.
Right.
But if the bag is open, she thinks it's an open invitation to
It's
stick
open
her nose in
season.
it, and you don't know what's in that bag. Salsa, dip, sour cream, bleach,
Yeah.
fabuloso. You don't know
Yep.
what's in there. All those things, and I'm
Pretty
talking as a
much.
pet owner to those that are listening that are also pet owners. Our animals are
Mm-hmm.
not capable with their sensitive nose to have their nose touching that stuff. Okay, it's
Right.
very harmful for their health. So we got to be careful with what we do
Mm-hmm.
with our animals. It's pretty much that simple.
Yep.
So yeah, man, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's what it is, and that's what it always will be. So that to me is a sign of her behaving bad, because she knows heck well that she's not supposed to do that, and still does it.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Yeah. Hopefully, if I ever get this, the faux martial arts, he's from the Dominican Republic. Um, I don't know if he's listening, but shout out to the homie Leo Bing.
Shut up.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the city sometime.
Big shout out to Vistaprint. They're not sponsoring anything. I'm just giving them a shout out because it's really easy to customize things that you want to the most simplest thing. And I'm seeing everything that I need here for my ministry: business cards, postcards, signs, stickers, labels, clothing, bags, promotional products, invitations, gifts, stationary things, stuff for weddings, logos. All those things are things that are available.
Shout out to Vista Prints because I used to get my packs of business cards and everything like that. So shout out to that company. It helped me a lot
Shout
over
out.
the time. Yep.
Y'all keep doing good job. we keep saying good things. It's that simple, man.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Y'all do good thing, we say good thing about you. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Whew.
Mhm. Yo, but it looks like that. I saw a video and that joint was crazy, right? Now, if I say something weird, I'm saying it because of YouTube regular words and everything like that. So I was actually on Instagram and I saw a guy getting schmab. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was just crazy. Guy was fighting for his life. And then all of a sudden while he's kicking and everything, a guy came up with the banger and schmabbed him.
That's
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So me and Didi we were talking about earlier.
yeah.
Well, I think it's crap, but maybe it's not. Everybody talking about, oh, it's WW3. I'm like, really?
No, ain't no WW3 going on right now. That's not God's plans for right now. Something similar to that account, but very, 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 very minimal may occur towards that extent. But definitely not no WW3. Not no time soon.
All right.
There's still a lot of people that need saving, bro. You know what I'm saying WW3 is gonna be the beginning of an end. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting Armageddon for WW3. So it's
Right.
not time for Armageddon just yet.
Right.
Not yet,
Got you.
for real.
I
But like
believe it.
I've always said, man, the world loves to do propaganda and talk about things that they either don't understand or they're being paid to talk about. Because nobody really wants to talk about the end of the world. Nobody really wants to talk about, mankind going through some type of tragic situation where there's going to be utter pain and no one can do anything because it's going to happen and it's bad. And nobody wants to talk about these things. So it's very important. And I say
Right.
this as someone that lives in America. So I'm not going to say I'm American. I don't believe in this country's patriarch. You know what I'm saying? How the way the system works, I don't believe in it. But I
Right.
live here. So it is what it is, what it be, what it do, what it do, what it is, what it be. When you are in America and you see these things happen and occur, you need to be able to go to court and stand up for the rights of the people and let them know, listen, as a people, we see that something's going on wrong and it needs to be corrected. But we don't have that power anymore. They took away the power from the people. Now it's the government that has the power when it's supposed to be the people that give power to government.
Right.
And it's just sad, man. Like we're no longer free people, or the people that sacrificed themselves years before us, you know what I'm saying, so that we could have this freedom now. We're not as free as we think we are. We have a lot of fake freedom, so happy with being entertained, and we think that we're free. No, we're not. You know what I'm saying this system is not meant, for
Trust me,
regular
we're not.
people. It's definitely not meant for people that are conformative to your average everyday life. Like, you don't need to be spiritual to see with spiritual eyes, bro. This world is evil. This world is wicked. So if you have enough sense of mind to understand that the world is wicked, what makes you think that wicked things aren't being done to you or to the next person? So
Right.
many people out here comfortable, bro, really thinking like everything is good. No, everything is not good. The forces of evil are out here, and they're acting like everything is normal.
Mhm. Trust me, it ain't.
It ain't.
Or you try to tell your truth and everything like that. You see a person just getting angry and more angry whenever you tell your truth. That means that your truth is actually a threat.
The truth is a sword, and it's penetrating. You know what I'm saying? It's going in, it's cutting in, and it hurts because it's like,
Your
wow.
creator try to tell me, yeah. Like for example, to some people, they never met a person like me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we all know that Latinos have their pride. Well, most of them. So therefore, when
Right.
you tell them what you are, either they'll embrace you or they try to tell you you're a liar. Well, 70% of
I get it all the time because when they
for
see
me,
me, the first thing they see is
since the
black. They
way
be like, "Oh,
I'm
you're a
like
black
that,
guy."
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
I'm Latin. I am
yeah.
so Latin. It's not even funny.
Nah, you know what would be funny? It would be like, okay, you could be in a you could be in a setting and stuff, and then you see like maybe the older Spanish people looking mean at you and everything like that, right? Face. And then they're like, oh, what he's smiling about. And then when you say his phrase in Spanish, it shows out. They have that look. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
almost just
Uh,
understood what I just said. I'm like, good day.
good day.
Like,
I said good day.
I tell I tell you a story. I tell you a story, right? There was two Puerto Rican chicks, and I was waiting for. So these females, they looking at me, and then the next thing you know, they're talking all this stuff. The mother warned me. The mother warned them. Like, come on, stop talking, because you know that there's people that they know that you might think that they might be one thing, but they know your language. So I'm smiling and everything like that, and they talking. I was like, oh, da, 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 da. I was like, I was just smiling, just being the nice
Stay normal.
guy, waiting for my food. So while they were talking and everything like that, I started laughing. The mother was like, "I told you so." Yo, it was their mother that told them that. I was like, "Dang."
Wow.
That joint had me laughing because I had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear you.
it'll be it'll be like that sometimes, man. Oh, we might have a special guest on Historias Urbanas.
Cool.
A very special guest.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody that you know.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Hmm.
Uh oh.
The boxer.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's ready to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have to confirm it to him tomorrow to see if he knows how to use the StreamYard and stuff, and everything's a go. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, I told the boxer, I was like, I know somebody that, like my co-host is somebody that you know. He was like, get out of here. So I went up and I showed a picture of me and you. He's like, oh crap, that's my man's. I was like, I told you. And so the boxer might show up. You know who I'm talking about.
A lot of distractions. Help.
Give me a second, brother.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
All the chick.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
So yeah,
you're
so the
saying,
boxer might show up.
all right.
Yeah.
I I don't have a clear idea of who, because there are a few people that I know, but
I'm going to say this:
you
the
can put it in the
demented
private
boxer.
chat.
is in my bed.
Oh yeah,
The demented boxer.
yeah. Because think about it. It's him.
What? What?
Let's just put it like this: the person that we know was actually one of the first Dominicans in MTV, alongside Big Mato and El Flaco Alto. What's his name? Jeez.
I definitely can't put a finger on that. You're talking about stuff that occurred while I was outside in the military.
All right.
A lot of things that I missed during, let's say, early 2000s and stuff like that. You know, that's because I was overseas. I didn't
Got
get to
you.
see none of that.
All right. Yeah, I was like, it's
Hit
Jumpstart
me
Big
with a clue.
Mato.
Hit
So
hit me with
yeah,
a
nah,
clue
I
in
was
the
saying
private
that,
chat.
oh yeah, of course.
That's all.
Yep. I was trying to use code words and such.
Word. That's code words.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's one of my guys.
Yeah.
That's one of my guys from the west side.
Yep.
Yeah, I literally lived a half a block away from him, or less than that. Our buildings cross from each other, so literally like
Yeah.
50 steps away from each other.
Maybe sock what's in the bathroom is yes, yes, sock there.
Yep. So today I was just happy that that I spray painted my not spray painted. I just painted my bench a little bit. It just have to do a little bit of work tomorrow, out and it will be set.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Ain't nothing like a
Hmm.
ain't nothing like a project that's highly noticeable to wake one's senses.
Uh,
Oh boy,
what's your name? Good job.
here comes rolling in the house nurse.
Uh,
Salute.
I'm still having contraction. Um, what's the degrees are
Um,
so hard to breathe?
okay.
Oh my God, this rain is one thing. You look at the humidity and the air.
All right. It is 75 degrees, humidity 78, dew point 68, pressure about 29.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, I'm giving the nurse lady the weather stats because she doesn't just go by the temperature and that's it. She has to know everything else. Oh, what's the pollen? What's the mist? What's the dew point? What's the like? Sheesh.
It gives me a peace of mind
Got you.
I'm
to
like,
have control. I have
she's a meteorologist.
to know what to do to help you, to help me in the world.
Hmm.
Where's
And by
Joey's
your
fan?
powers combined, I am Captain Nurse.
Yeah,
Go Nurse.
with the spray bottle to balance the air. Ugh.
You mean the humidifier, Mister Thing? The
Yeah,
cup
sure.
that.
I start thinking I'm so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
the
You could
spray.
give her that. That's fine.
Listen, the
Grab the
little
humidifier thing that's right over there. She
hot
almost
water.
sliced my finger off with that
Sorry.
plastic wing.
Uh,
She almost sliced my finger off on live with a plastic fan wing. Unbelievable.
the thing that
Damn.
squirts out water is called
I was gonna have to
humidifier.
go on live in the hospital all over again.
Put water in it, please.
Wow.
Yes, please. Oh God.
Ay, 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 ay. Caramba. Ay, 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 ay.
Ah. I called the job where I had a contraction, and they were having a contraction on the phone with me.
I'm done.
Thank you,
Oh
Baba.
wow.
Okay. This is
Anything.
Thank you, honey. Oh, that's going to You gonna put a makeup on? Showtime?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, my fancy thing.
I was giving Joey a haircut this morning.
Oh, I already know. Thank you. Oh, it smells terrible. Smells like burnt air. Yeah.
I'm done.
That's Project Burnt Air.
Yeah, brother, I'm back.
Yep.
The lights off, please. When? No. Oh, wait, no, because the lights.
That one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
All right. All right. All right. Anything else on the list or?
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's talk about the movies.
Okay.
All right. I didn't go and I didn't see the latest installments of the I guess
Yeah.
the Karate Kid series.
Yeah.
But I hope I do see it like sometimes this week or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer, and
All right.
it was nice to see that they're retracing the roots back to Miyagi.
Right.
So that automatically that's gonna make that movie a banger. Anytime homage is paid and respect to an ancestor, automatically that's gonna make it a banger. Because people that really study martial arts understand the core value of respect and the core value of discipline. So to bring back
Yeah.
an OG's memory and honor that person, automatically that's going to be a hit in the box office. Automatically,
Yep.
automatically, and we're not even going to go based off the last one. We're not. Ain't no, ain't no Jaden over here. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that.
Yeah.
Saying this next chapter is actually bringing back what they should have done from the jump. Was
Yep.
keep the storyline going, not turn around and do this spin-off with this Cobra Kai stuff, which has also been successful. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Everything is about money and franchise. But when it comes to honor, okay, when it comes to military honor, it's never gonna be about, a dollar. It's gonna always be about respect and discipline. Modern day sages, us.
Us.
Um, yeah. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Soon enough. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Tuxedo Dog.
I need someone to release her. I'm
She's
just saying.
talking.
See her room near me. I just texted her. She was on the bed. She didn't
Yeah, I mean, in the military and out of the military, I've come across females that were nasty in martial arts. Shout out to the Queen of Kata. Miss Sanchez. You know what I'm saying Sandra
Right.
Sanchez, bro. She's the Queen of Kata. And here we go with the dogs.
the other one too. Can't the other. I know. Kiki's annoying. I know. We all agree.
Yeah.
You got to
I
understand that
love
in the
Kiki.
military, when it comes to martial arts, there are certain expectations, but we're trained to a certain limit, as opposed to females that practice martial arts that are training in the 100% aspect of the art and of that system. You know what I'm saying? There's a
Right.
difference. There's a difference.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've definitely seen female martial artists that are wicked with it, if you want to put it like that, that terminology.
Got you.
All right.
Take it. If you have to be in your bra or sorry, wear my shirt, a big shirt.
Wow. Yo, this is crazy. I don't know if you ever heard of of No Jumper, right? So there was a guy that actually came to my chat like maybe around 2 or 3 years ago, right? And he was working in No Jumper. So now they're saying that he got kicked off of No Jumper, which to me
Oh
is good
wow.
because yeah. But then half
Karma.
the people who get kicked off of No Jumper, they actually make it good. So they actually have better podcasts. To tell you the truth.
So you think karma, or you think something of it's just gonna be better from here on out?
I mean, the guy actually has his own show. So shout out to Defiant Brandon, right? I mean, I've actually been on his panel. He's a very good dude and everything. A lot of people try to clown him because of his weight, but he's actually a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So there was an incident that happened in No Jumper where a guy who I guess was afraid of Brandon went up and
Oh
pulled
wow.
out a knife on him, and then the guy who went up and pulled out the knife, which is a Swiss Army knife. Remind you, I'm just saying, if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
pronounce
Codes.
for my public, if I'm pronouncing, yeah, I'm just saying because it's Instagram also. So for anybody who's listening on Instagram or anything like that, we have to say these made up words so YouTube won't try to mess up the algorithm. So it was like this guy went up and tried to attack the fellow martial artist with a knife, and then he got kicked off of No Jumper. And then he went
Right.
up and tried to make sure that make an incident that it wasn't an incident. Like, oh, we pulled up, and people were trying to make it like into a big thing. When the fact is, it actually wasn't. The guy went up and showed late. The guy who was scared that went up and pulled up the knife and was saying like, "Oh yeah, we went there. We scared all these people." Which the fact is, they never did nothing. And the guy with the knife, I don't know what he's in jail for, but they got him in the federal G wall with one, and he has to pay 130,000 just to get out. So
That sounds
now they
serious.
want to go and kick out, yeah, all for pulling up. I guess all for pulling the knife. So on live TV,
Wild.
yeah.
That is just wild.
Mhm.
Things that don't happen on a daily basis but happen every day.
Pretty much.
Oof. I'm done with this class.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
So it basically is that the guy, I guess, outshined Adam in his own show, and when a guy says, I guess there's an unwritten rule in certain cases: never outshine the master.
Huh.
So that's what happened. But then again, the guy actually has his own show where he talks about political content. So he's good. You don't need him.
Word.
So that's the way I see it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Pretty much.
Even if the reason is twisted, everything happens for a reason.
Pretty much.
Yeah, brother. What was I gonna talk about? I
Uh,
was gonna talk about something. Uh, yeah, I had a topic about San Pedro, and then I just forgot completely.
oh, was it about the rap scene in San Pedro, or it was something else about San Pedro?
I think it was something else, but yeah, now I can't. Now
All
I
right.
can't put my finger on it. Like, so that's what it feels like to get old, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like it, man.
Me neither, man.
I don't like it, man. I used to be told I had the memory of an elephant. Now I'm over here looking just like an elephant, and that's it.
I know, right? Yo, you want to
Yeah.
know what's funny? Yo, how the heck? I don't know, but this Yeti AI is getting crazy, right? So they show. Well, I'll right there show. I'll show you on WhatsApp, and that joint to me had me laughing. I was like, "Dag." It looked like it looked realistic too.
I saw some Family Matters thing the other day that looked mad realistic. I was like, oh no.
The one with Diddy.
Yeah, man. That was just, I was sad. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
Y'all just ruined America's childhood, right?
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
There's another one that I shared recently talking about with 50 Cent, talking about, oh, it's morphin' time. And the Rangers are like some crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, what is this? What did I just
Yeah,
watch?
no, no, no. I saw that joint. That joint had me laughing. It was like this guy went up and had my baby mother in the freak offs. Look like
Yo,
let's get Diddy.
bro, I
I
couldn't.
was
I
like,
couldn't.
yo,
I
they went
couldn't.
up
I
and they
said,
put
oh, no.
they went up and they put 50 Cent's face in the female villain's face. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
this ain't
Rita's body.
yeah. And then at the end they had Ray J's like sex you can. I was like, yo, this joint is funny.
It's like it's morphin' time. I'm like, yo, I'm done.
Oh, she's behind me right now.
It's freak off time.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm done.
yeah, I know. Matter of fact, I sent you the YouTube video right now. The joint had me laughing. I was like, yo,
After parties, yeah. Oh man,
mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Yo, when I saw that, I was like, yo, I was just straight up rolling.
She been to more than one Diddy party. I'm done. I'm done. That was crazy.
Yeah. You know what's the new word for the Bronx? Well, it's not really
What's
new,
that?
but I actually find it funny. They're calling the Bronx now Bronx Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. I'm done.
This keeps
Yeah, I
going.
know.
I'm like, really?
Where I'm at, I think they need to call Philly Dishu. You know what I mean?
Like how they call Chicago Chirac.
I know, right?
So now the Bronx is Bronx Afghanistan.
Uh huh. And Philadelphia is Philly Dishu. Now, St. Louis, and New Orleans, I think they need like a name tune up, and then I think we'll be straight. You know what I'm saying?
That's wow. Bronx Afghanistan.
Yeah, man.
Fine. It's a fat papaya.
Over a pound and an ounce. A pound and 2.5
And
ounce.
looking at a papaya to go get you a papaya, I'm thinking of the fat papaya. I'm like, that's, oh God, no wonder it feels so good.
Boom, 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 boom.
Wow. So let's say no. Oh, that's fat.
Okay. So the feet are down here now. Not the head. Not yet. When does it do the flip?
Don't be concerned. It's August. I'm very worried that's when it's gonna flip. And that will either break you or make you because I never, I'm gonna say never, had really. parent advocate for that guy, that kid caseworker.
Right.
And she says she's a
tongue. I have an iron tongue, I've been told. So I might have to end the show with that. I have an iron tongue.
Yeah, we know.
Yo, that's just
even during contractions, you're mean.
I'm mean. I'm being told that I'm mean. All right,
During
so
contractions.
I'm gonna bow out on that note
Got you.
because I am not gonna be ridiculed like that. That I'm mean. I am not mean.
Got you.
I'm pregnant. You're mean. I'm supposed to go through stuff. You're just mean. That just says
So
a
since
lot.
we're not listening to that,
Iron
us.
tongue. Us.
Us. Well, check us out later on for another episode of Open Topics, the Martial Arts Edition. Peace.